Good morning, my dear fellow energists, shining beings, and all others who would join me this morning for my very first Silvia live broadcast in 2020. And as you can see, I have a relevant charm upon me today. And I was just waiting to get started with this live broadcast and obviously saw it in the picture for the first time. And I thought that could also read 2.0, an upgrade for our new millennium. Started with the 2000s and then the 2010s, and now we are in 2.0, which I think many of us are ready for, to take things to a whole new level, to a different level. And I'm certainly with you if you are having that sense that this is what needs to happen. We've been working and exploring and discovering and building things, each one of us in their own way, creating our reality, as it were. And there comes a time when this preparation phase moves forward into something other than, when we start to enact things. And there is a general sense that this time has now come, that what you have been working towards, what you have been planning for a long time is now coming to fruition. It is now going to take that additional forward movement into becoming, which is extremely exciting. So in that sense, welcome to 2020. Good morning, Dee and Tanya. It's lovely to have you here with me this morning. And yes, something that I would like to address and start with is that our dear friends in Australia are having a very hard time right now. Indeed, that entire continent is having a hard time right now. The wildlife, the people, and everyone who lives there is being not just challenged, but in many cases overcome by the natural events that are the bushfires there in conjunction with the long-term drought. And I thought we want to start this morning to do something that we can do wherever we are around the world. And that is to send some love and light and energy and support on the other levels. It is often so that things happen that are very, very, very challenging and very difficult. And one has the sense that there's nothing I can do. This sense of helplessness and just sadness and upset and oftentimes anger as well is not conducive to our goal, which is to raise our energy averages. And we may not be able to do something in the physical reality, but we can influence the energy levels. They are quite real, they do exist, and that is something that we can do. And when we have done that, then we have given the gift that we would have to give. It doesn't serve for all of us to go into airplanes and travel to Australia to help fight the bushfires. We can provide a network of support at the higher levels. And for myself, if I was in that situation and I knew that people around the world were sending me energy and support from a high energy state, not out of pity or any other reason than from a high energy state of love, that would be something that would be meaningful to me, would be important to me, and I would consider that a wonderful form of support. I would be very grateful for it. So the very first thing that we want to do is to raise some energy, because being distraught about what is happening in Australia, this is not going to help us do the best energy work that we can. So if you'd like to join me this morning, and just assume the heart position with me. Take a deep breath in and out. And what we're going to do is focus on something powerful and positive, something beautiful and strong. And what I'd like us to tune into today is the force of life itself. That is such a powerful thing. The force of life itself. Even after the fires, the small seeds that burst into life, they carry the force of life. Every young creature that is born carries the force of life. And the force of life exists within us, in every single cell of our beings. And deeper down, every atom and every molecule, every electron, everything. And the dark energy that binds the universe itself, all of them carry that enormous force of light within them. I said force of light. Love and light are one and the same, and love and light and life are one of the same. So please connect with this powerful force of life now, and breathe in deeply. Become aware of that as it rises up powerfully within you. And from this place, send your love and blessings to Australia and to everyone else who needs that today. The force of life itself. You can give more and more and more until you have given all you have to give today. Whew. And if you've joined me in that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. For sure we are no angels, but what we have to give, we give to you. And so this is really something that we might want to connect with more often, that we want to embrace and encourage the force of life and celebrate it. And when our minds get clouded by stress and panic, by illness, by destruction, by war and horror, to refocus ourselves onto that everlasting force of life that drives the entire universe, and evoke it at the very least in ourselves, because that gives us then the strength to do what we need to do. And each one of us has many things we need to do in this lifetime. And the year 2020 has that sense that it invites us to do just exactly that, to go forward and to do something, rather than being the endless consumer, to become more of a creator, to be more conscious in our choices, to not just swim away with the storms of stress and get angry and upset or wish it was different, but instead to come back and center onto that force of life that is creation. That is the energy we need to create reality. I speak only as a modern energist. I'm not a philosopher. I am not a commentator on human doings. I am here to have more people understand the importance and the wonder of connecting with energy through our sixth sense, where we feel it rushing through our own living bodies, where we know it's real, where we really not just understand consciously that we are not alone, that we really are connected, not just with each other, but with the stars in the sky and every living creature on this planet, and beyond that, with the rocks of the ages, with the universe itself. We are not alone. We don't ever need to be lonely. We are much, much more powerful when we reconnect to all these incoming energies. And when we rise up on the energy chart, even just a little bit, we become a massive resource for the other people around us. And we literally have the power to spread a little happiness. I am very much looking forward to coming up with new ideas how to introduce more people to modern energy, because I feel now truly that the research phase that began in 1987 is finally over, and we have a very cohesive structure that has proven its value and its worth in practice under the harshest of conditions, that it is beautiful, that it is really helpful to people in all manner of ways. It's helpful when they are suffering with emotional pain of bereavement, stress, or PTSD, but it's also helpful for the people who want to do something, to be more active, to be more creative. And that is something that movement forward into these higher energy states, where we have the little worker man with his shovel over his shoulder who is going to work, creating his reality. And then from there, even higher, going higher to the person who experiences success, who tastes success. And that's different for everyone, how that would be defined. But we all have things that we would like to see happen. One of the things that I would like to see happen is more people doing more with energy in their local communities. A GoE member messaged me and they said, I would love to become a professional energist. At the moment, I am working in a bookshop and I get a very low hourly rate. And I'd love to be a professional energist, but I just don't know how to make that transition, how to get started, how to, be able to give up the boring job. And I said to them, when I was a young aspect, and I wanted to make such a transition, the way I started was with small groups. I started a club. I started a hypnosis club. And I let this known in the local area that I was starting a reasonably priced hypnosis club. At the time, it cost £8 for 4 weeks. That needs to be adjusted for inflation. And just told people about it, and lots of people came to the hypnosis club. They were interested in hypnosis. And it wasn't as though at that time I was a great super hypnotist. I was in training myself. I had various certificates and, NLP and such. But it was great because with these people together, we would pick a topic and they would come in and we would do some experiments and some exercises, and I would tell them something that I'd learned that I really liked. It was marvelous. And that grew from the little hypnosis club to there being more people and different levels for intermediate and advanced. And then people also came for private sessions, so that also was good. And in that way, I got started. And people knew at that time in the town that I was doing this. And, it became known, and other clients came. So that's what I would suggest to anybody here who might want to either become a professional energist and really help people in their community, or somebody who has got a job but they would like to do something with energy and like to help spread the word. A simple club like that doesn't take very long. This could be just an hour a week and possibly 2 hours going out and telling people about it. It's not a massive investment. It makes money pretty much right from the get-go. You don't need anything other than just a room. That can even be your front room. It's fine. Just get started. And once you actually get started with it, I had such a lot of fun with the Hypnosis Club. It was great. It gave me a wonderful platform to practice and learn things and meet some really interesting people and had a wonderful time with it. So yeah, that's something that I would really love to see more of. People going out in their community, starting an energy club or a weight loss with energy club, whatever you find interesting. It is absolutely perfectly endless what you can actually do. You could do a happy club, happy energy club, or a success energy club, or magic energy, or crystal energy. Start with that to get people's attention. It doesn't matter. Either which way, such a club, you can go to anywhere and say, I'm running this awesome club, tell your people about it. Can I put up a flyer? Can you give me a shout out on the local radio for it? And it's easy to just let people know about it. And once they know about it, if you build it, they will come. So that's what I wanted to tell you this morning. If there's, any way I can support this, like if somebody's really worried what they're going to do, I could write out some ideas of 4-week, 6-week, 8-week course, what you can talk about with these good people. But, modern energy really rocks. And we have so many brilliant techniques and things that we can do. People are going to have a good time. There's just no doubt about it. Just being together and raising some energy in this day and age is precious and fun. And I think, somebody who would be into that could do a lot with that. So that's something that I'm really quite interested in this year, and I'm going to tap my 2020, my 2.0, and I'm hoping that's going to happen, because really modern energy is a grassroots movement. It starts with a single person who gets it and then goes, yes, I want to tell other people about this too. This is really cool. Yes, I wanted to tell you that this morning. So I see quite a few of you are here. So I thank you guys very much for being here with me this morning, and also being on this awesome journey that is modern energy, that has just so much to offer to any living human being. And not just, see, I hear a lot of people saying, it's terrible, we have the whole generation wars now. The baby boomers against the Gen Z people and the Gen X people against the millennials. And we older people don't understand what the younger people are going through with their social networks that their minds are wired into. And we don't understand their suffering. But the thing is that people are people. And all people, doesn't matter what color they are, what gender they identify as, how old they are, it makes no difference at all. All people want to be happier. They want less stress in their lives. They want to be loved. They want to be able to love somebody, to be appreciated for who they are. They want to contribute something, and they just want to be happier. Everybody does. And so this is a place where it doesn't matter, again, who you are. You are super relevant when you take that position. When you simply say, okay, I'm just not talking to you right now as a whatever you identify as, but just as a human being who seeks happiness, who deserves more happiness. And we have a way of thinking about life, the universe, and everything that can help you. That is logical and that works. And we got some brilliant ideas, brilliant methods, but it all comes back down to this one thing, is that one individual person's happiness really matters. Yes, I would love to to have that as a platform, to have that as the core thing that we say to people over and over and over again until they start to understand that this is actually true, that is important, that it's the starting point to reverse all this trouble and strife we have between people at the moment. We really do need to come back together on this central tenement that every person's happiness matters. Just one angry person with a bomb can bring an entire village to their knees. This is something we need to kind of really understand and then start asking the questions, how can we make it so that people are happier? Rather than punishing them or arguing with them or fighting with them or doing all sorts of crazy things. So yes, 2020, the year when your happiness really started to matter and we really, really got our heads around it finally, that we don't get our happiness after we've lost weight, after we found a new boyfriend, after we've won the lottery, after we had 10,000 people applauding our names, after we've written the book, after. Happiness comes first. First, we bring our happiness up, and that is purely an energy thing. Snap, crackle, and pop. First, we do that, and then we do the other things. And then when we do the other things, they're going to work. It's going to be easy and it's going to be fun. So, and in that happy note, and if you want to do that a little bit more, because that feels so good, first we raise our energy. First we bring more happiness to us. And bringing that back to where we started, connecting ourselves with that powerful force of life itself. We do this right, and we're going to have the most amazing moments of enlightenment, of joy, of transformation in 2020 that are going to be beautiful surprises, and they're going to knock our socks off. This I know is possible. This I want to encourage you to really get on board with. And in that sense, I'm just going to send you my best blessings. Sparkling streams of stars for you. Power and joy and connection to the force of life that lifts us all. Thank you for being here with me, and have a good week.